ahead and tap into the chat. Tap into the chat. Go ahead and tap into the chat. Tap into the chat. Ooh. Come on in and hit that like button. Come on in and tap into the chat. I know y'all wasn't expecting the live today, but tap in, tap in. It's definitely going to be an interesting live tonight. I've already finished my workout, so waiting on y'all. Tap in, tap in. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Tap into the chat, tap into the chat. Ooh, we live. Nick, what's going on? Mic check. Mic check, mic check. Come in and hit that like button. Come in and tap in. Sankar, I don't know if that's a typo or what, or what's going on. If you in here, go ahead and tap in, hit that like button. I'm gonna wait on a few more people to get in here before we get started. Bachelor Brad, what's going on? I think Sankar is speaking a different language. Netgo Dorian said, "Why you looking angry?" Hey man, I'm not looking angry. I'm just, listen. I'm a grown man. You got to look serious out here. You can't be playing out here. A Soul said, "Down with capitalism." I don't know what that. Oh yeah, it must be that sun hitting that skin just right. Nick says, "I am too. I'm fucked up as hell." Yep. We're gonna talk about it, man. We're gonna talk about it. But before we get started, let's do some housekeeping. How's y'all's end of the week going? Sankar, good morning. I guess it's morning wherever Sankar is, but it's evening going on night over here, Central Standard Time, right? But yeah, we're gonna dive deep into it, man. We're gonna dive deep into it. But before we jump into it, how's everybody doing? How's everybody end of the week going? Right, tomorrow's Friday. I don't know if y'all work on the weekend or if y'all get off. Tomorrow's y'all last day of the work week, right? But in this economy right here, you shouldn't have any off days. You should not have any off days in this economy. You need to be working 7 days, 8 days a week, right? 12 hours, 10 to 12 hours a day, right? But anyway, I guess we got enough people. Everybody always roll in a little bit later. Everybody, get the notification later. Deji says work-life balance. I don't know what work-life balance. What work-life balance? See, that's gonna feed into the conversation we're gonna have. That's gonna feed into the conversation we're gonna have. So everybody's saying work-life balance. Bachelor Brad saying work as little as possible. But see, the caveat to that is you have to make a bunch of money. You have to make a bunch of money in a short time span for that to work for you. You can't just say work as little as possible. And ninjas out here, they work at Walmart. They work at Walmart making what, $14 an hour. They're working at Kroger making $14 an hour, $12 an hour, right? Work as little as possible. That ain't gonna work for most people. And a good percentage of people in America don't even make over $20 an hour. I think it's around 40% of people in America make under $25 an hour. Bachelor Brad saying, nah, Walmart don't do it. Hey, people work at Walmart. But see, that's gonna feed into the conversation we're gonna have though anyway. But as y'all read from the title, y'all already know what we're about to get into, or you have an idea, have a clue about what we're about to get into. Admiral Kirk, I don't know what Admiral talking about, but anyway. But that's gonna feed into what we're talking about in tonight's live stream. But yeah, I'm messed up. I'm messed up because I'm just now coming into certain, realizations that I haven't come into yet. Well, that I'm just now coming into. John tapping in. What's up, After Pill? That's good information, Deji. Get a tech certification or nursing certification making $60K. Well, I make more than that now. I make more than that. But anyway, but yeah, I'm messed up. I came into, as we all grew up, right? Once upon a time we were all children, right? We were all children. I mean, if you want to ask me a question, if you want to interrupt me, while I'm talking, if you want to interrupt me while I'm, getting my point across, send a super chat. Send a super chat. You want to troll, you want to ask a question, you want to make a statement, whatever. If you're not a member, if you're not sending no super chat, let me get this across, because this is going up on the replays for people to watch. So if you're not doing none of that, then anyway. But like I'm saying, once upon a time we were all children. Once upon a time we were all young, and we had a hopeful outlook on life, right? We didn't think, or life didn't hit us the way that it's hitting us now, right? Especially if you're Gen Z, you're a millennial. We've been hit upside the head multiple occasions, right? We've been hit upside the head on multiple occasions. We've been hit with downturn after downturn after downturn. Social media epidemic, birth rate epidemic, relationship epidemic. We've been hit with thing after thing after thing, right? And to be honest with you, I'm already knowing that, a good majority of men are still very naive, right? A good majority of men are still very naive. A good majority of men are still, they're trying to grow up. They're trying to figure things out. They're trying to figure life out. And my whole point is, a lot of things that we were taught, a lot of things that we were raised on, we were simply lied about. We were simply lied to, right? When it comes to marriage, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to jobs, when it comes to careers, when it comes to just getting ahead in life in general, right? A lot of things, a lot of the things that we had in our mind, I mean, we were essentially lied to, right? We were essentially lied to. And bro, to really make it in this world in today's time, it's not even about working hard anymore. That's point number one, right? Point number one is we were lied to. I'm not giving you no shout out. Matter of fact, pause, no Diddy. First of all, get off my channel with that stupid username, right? Like I said, if you wanna make a statement, then you need a super chat. But we were lied to just about everything. And a lot of people, a lot of men especially, we think that getting ahead is what matters, right? Well, getting ahead is what matters, but we think working hard will equal getting ahead, and it's just not true, right? It's not true at all. I don't know who put that into the system. I don't know who downloaded that in the system. I don't know who downloaded that in the matrix, but they did a very good job at fooling the masses, thinking that we can get ahead just by working hard. And maybe that used to work back then, right? Omerto says, I don't know about that, bro. Majority of dudes get bombarded with manosphere red pill stuff. To be honest, I've heard it all. I'm over it at this point, and I'm tired of the woman bashing and hustle culture. Listen, I get it. But what is the alternative? What is the alternative? What's the alternative? Not to work? What's the alternative? Right? Live a mediocre to lower than mediocre, impoverished life? What's the alternative? And that's exactly what I mean. So you have to really turn off all emotions, right? This is an epiphany that I'm coming across, these past few weeks, right? You have to turn off all emotions to make it in this world, right? You have so many guys, right, lost and confused, just like you're talking about, Omerto. You have a lot of guys who are lost and confused. You have a lot of guys who, not being raised right. You have a lot of guys, even if they have two parents in the household, the father is weak, right? The mother is, poisoning them with feminist bullcrap. The school indoctrination camps is poisoning men with the indoctrinations, right? What is the alternative? What is the alternative? There is no alternative. There is no alternative. You have to turn off all emotions and just put your head down and grind. You have to become an absolute savage. And I mean that wholeheartedly. You have to become a whole savage out here. Turn off your emotions. Your whole heart has to turn black out here. You have to turn cold-hearted towards your job. You have to turn cold-hearted towards these women. You have to turn cold-hearted towards life in general, right? And another thing, right? Another thing that I've been thinking on. I've always thought that, if you just be a good man, if you just be a good person, right? If you just be a good dude, that's gonna get you far, right? That's going to get you far in life. That's going to get you to the destination that you need to be in. It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. I've seen countless good people screwed over, including myself. I've seen countless, good men get screwed over. I've seen countless, dudes who go by the book and nothing else, try to stick to the good thing, try to stick to the, I guess you could say, righteous thing, right? And it all crumbles right in front of their face. The ones who win in life are the savages, right? The ones who win in life are the absolute savages. If you're soft, if you have a heart, you're gonna lose, right? And that's why I'm mentally screwed up. And I don't mean like, oh, I'm just fucked up in the head. No, that's not what I mean, right? I'm coming out of the conditioning that I once was in, right? I'm coming out of the conditioning that I once was in. Now I'm coming into what I like to call real life, right? This is what I'm coming, and this is what some would call, metaphorically coming out of the matrix, seeing life for what it actually is, this and that, and so on and so forth, right? Nick says, rule number 1, be a man, but never be a good man. I need to make a whole video about that. Because a lot of, Nick, I keep seeing it. I keep seeing dudes who want to be good men, right? A good man, I believe a good man is a straight up enemy. I believe all men who want to be good men are straight up enemies, right? Because good men are the ones who are out here simping. Good men are the ones who are out here, buying OnlyFans. Good men are the ones who are out here, watching watching pornography, right? Create my league, Lucifer effect. I've read up on something like that, right? If you have any questions, send a super chat. If you're not a member, if I don't recognize you, being in my lives, on a frequent, send a super chat. You wanna ask me a question, right? But this is the realization that I'm coming into, right? A lot of guys, cough. They says, "The fuck are you saying?" What I'm saying exactly what I'm saying. Good men will not make it in this world, right? And good men are not who they pretend to be, right? And like I said, good men are the ones who get screwed over, not just in relationships. Good men are the ones who get screwed over in a workforce. Good men get screwed over in marriages. Good men get screwed over in the divorce courts. Good men get screwed over in the child custody courts. What is a good man? Alan Watts said, inflation hits us at 2.5% per year. Time is of the essence. We can't waste it dating, just smash and dash, stack the cash, right? John says, it's kill to be killed out here. Exactly. It's kill to be killed. But why are so many men walking around and operating like time is not of the essence? Why are so many men out here still focused on, I need to find a relationship. I need to find me a good woman. I need to find me a wife. Do y'all not get it yet? Do y'all not understand that there is little to no women out here for you to go long term with? Right? But see, I'm not even Blake. I get what you're saying. Well, this is Satan's playground. Of course, good men can't win. I get it. I get where you're trying to go with that. But what I'm more so trying to say is, I think good men lose the essence of actually being a man, right? I believe good men sacrifice actually being men just to be good men, right? What is a good man in a state of war, right? What is a good man? Who is a good man when it's time to go to war? What is a good man? Tell me, does a good man exist if he's starving? Right? Does a good man exist if he has to go out and get food? Hunt for food? Right? When push comes to shove and you have to, and it's do or die, what is a good man? Right? Unless you're telling me that a good man is willing to sacrifice his life and not protect himself, not protect his family, not protect anything that he's worked for. Unless that's what you're telling me, then then that even more proves my point. Todd Packer, you made a decent point, Todd. Don't be good nor bad. Be neutral and stay away from this mess. That's a good point. That's a good point. Aiden Smash, what's going on? I've been burned a couple times being a good guy while the bomb ass dudes get the best treatment by chicks. You get what I'm saying? Do you understand? So people are getting it now. Todd does have a point. Todd does have a point. And that's more so. That feeds into the point that I'm trying to make as well, right? And that feeds into the point. I'm not telling people, come out here and be evil. No, that's not what I'm saying. It's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying come out here and be an evil person. No. What I am saying is, just because you have some sort of morality that you abide by doesn't mean the next person does, right? And guess what? While you're trying to go by the book, somebody's getting in with somebody that they know to get that promotion, right? While you're trying to climb the ladder, right? Somebody else went to school and networking and jumped 6 positions ahead, right? While you're trying to go by the book at that job, guess what? The next person throwing you up under the bus with just little microaggressions and little knickknacks that you did to throw you up under the bus to make sure that you don't get that promotion, right? While you're trying to bring her flowers, you got another dude, what's her name, spitting in her face and pulling her hair, right, bro? Everything is not as it seems. And then how do you guys really expect to get, you know, into the move up into the ranks? How do you really think this is done, right? How do you think you gain power? How do you think you move up? You think you just walking around, walking on the sidewalk like a Mickey Mouse, climbing a ladder? No, nobody's shooting daggers at you. Nobody's shooting arrows at you. Nobody's shooting guns at you. Nobody's trying to, you know, put a rope around your neck and bring you right back down the ladder. So, are you telling me that you're not going to fight back, or you're going to use your own protection? Are you going to use your own armor, right? Are you going to use your own guns? Are you going to use your own daggers and fight back? Because those are the ones who make it up there. Grunky fool, you buff it, you buff as hell, Jit. I appreciate it. Right? The game is not what it seems. And this is what is confusing a lot of men. Right? Let's get the likes up. We have 50 people. We got 50 people in here, 45 people in here, 45, 50 people in here. Let's get the likes up, man. Let's get the likes up. Hit the like button. If you're not sending a super chat, you're not joining the membership, subscribe if you're new here, right? Subscribe if you're new here. Hit the super chat, hit the membership, hit the like button at least, right? Why are human beings the only ones who think that the laws of nature, right, don't abide by? Why are human beings the only ones that think the laws of nature, you know, don't apply? I've always said that, Froggy. I've always said that, right? When you're talking about management, when you're talking about, you know, powerful positions, when you talk about the upper echelons, and don't get me wrong, you know, you got plenty of people who, you know, deserve, you know, where they are, but is it really? Listen closely. Is it really about who deserve what? Is it really about who deserve what? Is it really about who deserve to live and who don't deserve to live? Is it really about who has the power and who don't have the power? Right? What is it really? Does it really matter? If you can take the power, if you can take everything that you want, right? If you can network your way up, right? If you can know the right person, does it really matter who deserve what? Does it matter? Right? There's plenty of people, you know how many good people there are in the world? Right? There's plenty of good people in the world. There's plenty of good people in the hood. There's plenty of good people in the trailer parks. There's plenty of good people, you know, in third world countries, right? There's plenty of good people who work their ass off. There's plenty of good people that do their due diligence. Do they not deserve to make more money? Do they not deserve to be in certain positions? Do they not deserve something? Do they not? On paper, yeah, they deserve it. But if they're not willing to take it like the next person, right? If they're not willing to throw somebody, honestly speaking, if they're not willing to step on toes, if they're not willing to bust somebody's head open, do they really deserve anything? Chrissy said, "Are you okay after pill? Did something set you off?" No, nothing set me off. This is just daily stream of thought. It's just a simple stream of thought. This is just something I've been thinking on, right? And I've also been reading and, you know, allowing myself to think more and meditate more on things, and also just growing, right? You know, just looking and seeing the world around you, you know, seeing who's really out here making it, seeing the character traits, seeing the qualities of men who are actually great men, right? Who are making the money, who are making the moves, who are doing their due diligence. I'm just noticing noticing certain, you know, patterns. Right? I'm just noticing certain patterns. So with this stream of thought, I'm just communicating this stream of thought with you guys. Guardian Gab said, I feel the same way about your title, but I take therapy, so hopefully I'll get better. See, you see where I'm at right now? This is where I'm at. This is therapy for me. Right? This is therapy for me. And quite honestly, I don't believe if there's not something extremely, like, really mentally wrong with you, then I don't really believe in therapy. Right? If there's not really something wrong with you, like a chemical imbalance, that's allowing you to have like certain, thoughts and things of that nature. Listen, this is not medical advice, but if it's not something really mentally wrong with you, I don't agree with therapy. Right? I don't agree with that. I believe that most things that people are struggling with, I think it can be worked out with a proper diet, money, right? Money definitely is the key to a lot of people's problem, right? The root to a lot of people's problem. A lot of people depressed, they just simply don't have no money. Right? A lot of people simply are broke and they're depressed because they're broke. Right? They're anxious because they're broke. Right? And they're also anxious because they're not sleeping at night, which probably because they got to work because they broke. And they don't work out, they're eating food. Why? Because they can only eat what they can afford because they broke. See how everything leads back to money? Froggy says, I completely disagree with the money argument. Well, if you disagree, you can go ahead and send a super chat on why you disagree. Why do you disagree? Guardian Gab said, I tend to lash out easily and my mental health isn't the same. Well, listen, I'm not a doctor, so like I said, listen, some people are just not mentally strong. And I'm not saying that's you. I'm not denouncing, what you've been through or anything like that. But, a lot of people they're just not mentally strong, right? And you can attribute it to because a lot of men nowadays just haven't been through anything. Right? A lot of men just haven't been through anything nowadays. Let's get those likes up. Let's get those likes up. Let's get those likes up. Right? But a lot of people are not just they're not mentally there. A lot of men especially, they're not strong, mentally either. Right? And you can thank social media for that. You can thank a lot of things for it. But are we going to continue? Are we going to continue to blame outside things, or are we going to do what we need to do to move forward? Salty City says single mother households can cause that. Absolutely, I agree. I don't disagree with that. Single mother households can cause that. Can cause many of those issues. Right? But at the end of the day, once you become a man, you become a man. The system don't care. The system don't care that you were raised by a single mother. Right? Society don't care if you were raised by a single mother. Nobody cares if you was raised by a single mother. Nobody cares. And that's another point of mine. You have to move in society, right? Not caring about anything. Once again, remove your emotions from it. Let me stand up. I'm tired of sitting down. All right, there we go. Yeah, I had to stand up. Got tired of sitting down. Joint, whatever your name is, the after pill, aka lot of nonsense. Tell me what's nonsense. See, this is what we got to do. We have to do a smoke show. We have to do a call-in show. Where's the nonsense of what I'm saying? Right? Where's the nonsense of what I'm saying? Where's the nonsense of what I'm saying? And that see with that kind of mindset, this is why I continue to say a lot of guys are going to get left behind. A lot of guys are not going to make it. A lot of guys are going to get lost in the sauce. right? Especially in this new economy. Especially in this new economy. Listen, if you sending whole paragraphs, send a super chat. If you sending whole paragraphs, I'm not reading whole paragraphs unless you send in a super chat. Hit the like button, get those likes up. Hit the like button, get the likes up. I'm not reading a whole paragraph. I'm not reading a whole paragraph unless you send in a super chat. That's crazy. That's insane. Put your money where your mouth is, or you can leave, or whatever. Blake Bradley, the call-in show would be funny. So the call-in show would be funny because I'd tear a lot of guys up. Pause, no Diddy. Right? I'd tear a lot of guys up because a lot of guys out here, they think shit's sweet, right? Even if they were raised by a father, they think shit's sweet out here. They still operating like, bro, this is 3 years ago. This is 4 years ago. You have so many men out here who are not moving with any urgency, who are not moving like predators. This is basically what I am saying. This is basically what I'm trying to communicate with you. Turn off all emotions, right? Turn off all emotions, right? You just need your masculine logic. That's all you need. You need your masculine logic to guide you. Emotions shouldn't guide you. That's women traits. That's female traits, right? Women allow emotions to lead them. Men shouldn't allow emotions to lead them, right? A lot of y'all are so emotional. So damn emotional, right? And I'm not saying that you should. You're human. I'm human. We feel emotions, right? We do feel emotions. We are happy. We're sad. We get depressed, so on and so forth. But what makes a man is what he is willing to do while in the midst of any emotion. In the midst of any emotion, can you still get up and do what you need to do? Can you still get up and grind? Can you still get up and go to the gym? Can you still get up while you're depressed and make shit happen? Something can be happening in your life. Something, you could have lost a loved one, right? You could have lost your job. Anything could have happened. You could have got into a car accident, lost your car, right? What are you willing to do in the mix of that, right? Most people fold. Most of y'all are fold. I can already tell. Most people will fold. Aiden Spanish. Most not ready for this message, to be honest. Bro, this is what I'm saying, Aiden. This is what I'm saying. Listen, the after pill is I am really ahead of the curve when we're talking about stuff like this. Like, yeah, you hear some YouTubers, they'll say things similar, things like that. But the way that I'm giving this message, the things that I'm talking about, like, this is not just, see, a lot of people, this is the after pill, but what really the after pill is, I've already explained this already. The after pill is about after everything is all said and done. After everything is all said and done, you've listened to Andrew Tate, you've listened to, who else out there? All of the guys you can think of, right? You listen to all of these guys, red pill, blue pill, black pill, purple pill. You've listened to all this shit, and you're still in the same predicament that you're in. What is next for you? Right? You got some guys out here, they're still stuck in red. It's been 4 years, and you still stuck in red pill rage. It's been 4 years, and you're still stuck in red pill rage. Right? So now it is the after pill. Right? And the after pill is black pill-ish. Right? But it's not how some of you think black pill is. Right? Or what the original black pill is. A lot of that, the black pill messaging is just, oh, nothing matters, right? Nothing matters, and this is it. So I don't have to do anything because nothing matters. No, that's not what I preach. That's not what I say. Right? Life in itself is black pill. Life in itself is black pill. A lot of the things that we go through, the randomness of life, right? Having to hold on, to the rails because life can take you here, life can take you there. Yes, life is very black pillish, right? But my message is, the after pill message is, what are you willing to do in the middle of chaos? Can you still hold on to the rails? Can you still hold on to the boat, right? Can you survive the crash? Right? Life goes on. Right? And a lot of guys don't realize that, bro, you get one life to live. Bro, y'all sitting around playing video games, right? still at your mama house, right? Still at your daddy house. You sleeping on the couch. You don't get no hoes, right? And not saying that hoes is the most important part, but it's important because in a sense of it reflects the achievements of a man. Right? A lot of y'all still thinking that, oh, these hoes gonna love you for you, right? Y'all trying to go 50-50 and all of this type shit, right? You still thinking that you're gonna get married in this economy? You thinking y'all about to get married in this economy? Y'all think these hoes is about to? You think these hoes are about to love you in this economy, bro? Y'all are insane. Y'all lost y'all damn mind. Aiden Smash, you don't preach the black pill doom stuff. That's why I like this channel. Yeah, I'm not just doom and gloom. I have solutions. There is a way out, right? There is a way out. But a lot of guys they have life still, bro. A lot of guys are stuck. And I'm here to tell you, if you don't unstuck your shit, if you don't unstuck your mind, if you don't unstuck your life, bro, it is over for you. It is over for you. Y'all think stuff is about to get hard now? Wait until tariffs hit, right? Wait until the prices of everything go up, right? Y'all think shit is sweet. Y'all have been thinking shit sweet since before the pandemic. Y'all keep thinking that shit was sweet before the pandemic. We are after the pandemic. Now we've moved into a different presidency, into a whole different economy, into a whole different world now. The world is completely changing around us. Everything is changing. We're in a new economy, new presidency. We're in the tariff war, and y'all still sitting around here like shit sweet. Okay. Right? Like I said before, there's not going to be that many. There's not going to be men, especially. See, this is not for the women. Like, there's always going to be a captain save-a-hole out there, right? Whether that's a man with some money or whatever the case is, there's going to be some men out there, or if they have multiple men, right? I already told you we're moving into more like a polyamorous, economy anyway, right? The birth rates are declining, right? Nobody's getting married. Gen Z is not getting married, right? Relationships are getting shorter and shorter. Marriages are getting shorter and shorter. I'm seeing left and right 20-year marriages, 15-year marriages, 30-year marriages end on the flip of a finger. End in the flip of, like, bro. Plenty of Captain Save-A-Hoes out here. But see, at least the Captain Save-A-Hoe, he has some money to save a hoe. Right? Even if you wanted to be a simp just for sport. Even if you woke up one day and was just like, man, I feel like saving a hoe today. I feel like saving a hoe today. I feel like, she look good over there. Yeah, I can pay her bill. Let me see how much her rent is. Right? Even if you felt like playing Captain Save a Hoe today, you can't even play Captain Save a Hoe because you ain't got no money. At least Captain Save a Hoe has some money set aside for a rainy day, and he has a hoe fund. What do you have? What do you have? Nothing. You have nothing. And if y'all don't get right, this is going to be the end of you, right? Homelessness is increasing. Poverty is increasing, right? Men are not working as hard as they used to. Men are not in the workforce like they used to, right? Men don't have, I talked about this on my last live stream. Men don't have the same testosterone that they used to have. Right? So the innovation is not there. The work ethic is not there. Right? The drive is not there. Nothing is happening. Right? There's only going to be a select few of men who really grind. Right? That's why we're entering into a polyamorous economy. Right? There's going to be we're entering into an Isaiah 4-1 economy. Right? Where the top 10%. We're already in the 90-10 rule. Right? Those women are going to leech on to the men who really got the money. Shit is about to hit the fan. Shit is about to hit the fan, right? Look, we at 40 minutes. I'm sitting right here preaching. I need a super chat. I'm sitting right here preaching. We have 40 minutes. Get the likes up. I need a super chat. Let's get it. because everybody not about to sit here and give y'all this information, right? If you haven't become a member, I'm dropping a video about careers that you should be getting into for the new economy. I'll be dropping that very soon, this week, by the end of the week. By the end of the week. So if you haven't become a member, go ahead and become a member. If you don't care about the videos that I'm putting up, hey, become a member to support the channel. Oh, Young Carter. Oh, Young Carter done came through. I appreciate that, Young Carter. Cartier, I'm sorry. I wasn't even talking to you though, Cartier. You always coming through. I'm talking about these broke ninjas. I appreciate that though, but I wasn't talking to you. I already know who's already, who's already in here and who be, coming through. But I appreciate that. Shouts out to you. Shouts out to you, man. But yeah, I really don't know. I don't know what else to tell you guys, right? But something's got to give. Something's got to give. Like I said already, I don't have hope for most men. I don't have hope. I don't have hope for most men because I know most men are not going to do what it takes. They're not even going to have what it takes, right? I'm just now coming into the epiphany of what it truly takes to make it, right? And I don't think y'all really understand or really have done a deep dive into what it really takes to really make it out here. And it gets dark. It gets really dark. And I'm not saying you got to go out here and knock somebody's head off. No, that's not what I'm saying. But people do that too, right? But it gets really dark to the point where you can't move with some kind of right heart. You can't wear your heart on your sleeve, basically, for lack of a better term. You can't wear your heart on your sleeve, right? You can't have a heart at all, right? I've been in plenty of situations. Somebody asked me what he wanted my story, right? I should have made you super chat. Somebody in here said they wanted my story, right? I've been in many situations to where, and I've explained this many times as well, I've been in many situations where I wore my heart on my sleeve, right? I wore my heart on my sleeve, right? Had my heart right here, right? Had my heart right here, opened up, right? Just to get stepped on, right? People play, you have to understand, people don't play by the same games you play by. So y'all out here thinking that people are playing fair. You think that they're playing the same game that you're playing, right? That's how I used to think. I used to think that people were playing the same game as me. I thought because I gave respect that I was going to receive respect back. I thought that if I was nice to somebody that they would be nice back. I thought if I gave somebody my all, right, that they were going to give me their all back. But it turns out that no, people just want to exploit your weakness. There's been plenty of times where I would open up to people, right? I would open up to people and, tell them, little knick-knack, paddywhacks, right? Give a dog a bone type shit, right? Just throw them a bone. Right, give them a little info on me, and tell them a little story about me, right? All for them just to use it against me. All for just it to come back around and reach my ears, right? Just so, bro, you can't trust people. We don't stay in those times. We don't stay in those times anymore. If we ever did stay in those times, Vernon says, yeah, okay. I thought you said that. People keep saying it's end times. Listen, if it is, it is. I don't like. If it is, it is. Like one day we all have to leave anyway. One day we all face an end time, right? Does it even matter? Like one day we all have to leave at some point or another. We all have to face a end time, right? So I don't really care about that. You know the people that I hear say that a lot, right? They're usually nobodies, right? They're usually people who don't even put in the work ethic. They're usually people who don't put in any kind of work. They're usually people who don't have nothing going on for themselves. That's the characteristics that I notice about people. Oh, it's the end times. Everything is ending. Everything is, bro. If you want shit to end just so you don't have to do the work, just say that. Just say that. Right? The only people I see saying it's the end times are people who don't have shit going on for themselves. Dudes who stuck in front of the computer, right? Dudes who are stuck in front of the computer watching video games, right? Or playing video games, right? Looking at conspiracy theory after conspiracy theory, right? Fat as hell, right? 300 and some pounds. Can't even see his digging stick. Pause, no diddy, right? Those are the guys who are always claiming that it's end times. Bro, get out here and go get some money. Are you going to stop paying your bills because it's the end time, sir? Are you gonna stop eating? Are you gonna stop eating because it's the end time, sir? Right? Are you not gonna wipe your ass because it's the end time? Bro, who gives a shit? Who cares if it's the end times or not? If it is, it is. Bro, it's been the end time since the beginning of time. Right? It's been the end time since the beginning of time, bro. Bro, they've been saying that the world is gonna end for forever. Right? They've been saying this shit for forever. What you need to be doing is like what Jim D said, grind to the end, fellas. Or better yet, grind like it is the end time. How about that? How about that? Have you ever thought about that? Grind like it is the end time. Or do you not have it in you? I know most men don't have it in them, but you must not have it in you to grind like it is the end time. See, that's another epiphany that I'm coming across, right? Bro, I'm in such a grind mode, right? Even right now, I'm just so hyped. I had a vision earlier, right? I had a very vivid vision earlier, and that right there, it brought something out of me. Right? It brought something out of me, and man, I can't wait. I can't wait. I have a lot in store for myself, right? Life, God has a lot in store for me, right? A lot in store, and I'm gonna grind like it ain't no tomorrow. I'm gonna grind like it's no tomorrow. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You still gonna move? You still gonna move with emotions, right? You still gonna cry, bro. Listen, you gotta move. You gotta move with stealth. Right? Don't speak unless spoken to. Right? Fuck them hoes. Right? Literally hoes mean nothing. Women don't mean nothing at these points in your life. Right? Women literally mean nothing at this point in your life. Right? Many of them play games, right? Many of them really, even if they do get serious with you, right? They're not in it for the long haul. They're in it just for temporary, short-term, right? Security, right? They know that the court's on their side. You got to understand that women play a very strategic game that a lot of men are not even hip to. A lot of you are not hip to. Right? We got 41 people in here. Get the likes up. At least match the likes. Moy, what's going on, Moy? More than made it. What's going on, Moy? Moy came in like the Terminator. Like, yeah, y'all hit that like button, man. Y'all thought I was gone. Y'all thought I was gonna miss a day. Hit that damn like button. Moy came in like the big black security guard. Burning. I already told you already. Because you keep asking me questions. I'm willing to ask a question, but I don't recognize your name. You probably could have been a subscriber for a good minute, but I don't recognize your name, and you need to send a super chat. Oh, Nick. Not Nick. Nick done finally sent a super chat. I appreciate that, Nick. Everybody clap it up for Nick. Everybody clap it up for Nick. Listen, Nick, you come in and show support and all that stuff. So it's all good between me and you. I was never ever talking about you, but yeah, Ninja, I was talking about you too. But shouts out to Nick though. Shouts out to Nick. I appreciate that, Nick. I appreciate it. I try. But listen, many of y'all, I don't know what phase you came through, right? I don't know if you were here before. Some people were here before I got monetized, right? Some people came, when I had 3,000. Some people came when I had 5,000. Some of you probably came around now, right? So a little backstory. The whole reason why I created the after pill, right, was to motivate men to be better, right? And me motivating men to be better, do better, get better, also motivates me to get out here and do better, because I can't be right here. This is why I'm always when you see me on live, right? I'm in a gym. Don't worry, we're going to more places, right? We're going to more places. We're going to restaurants, right? We're going to restaurants. We're going to 4-star, 5-star restaurants. Y'all going to see what I eat. Y'all going to see the steaks that I get, medium rare, right? Y'all want to see toes? Y'all want to see toes too? Y'all want to see toes, right? I can show y'all some pretty toes, right? I can show you, the little baddies, whatever, right? But it's on the way. It's on the way. Don't worry. But the reason why. Hold on. Cut the music. Cut the music. Hold on. Cut the music. Did this ninja really just come in here? Hey, yo. Nikolaev. Hold up. Pause the music. What? Hold up. Nikolaev, you lucky I don't ban you. Now, that don't even deserve a timeout, ninja. You need to be banned for even asking that question. Just Today says, I appreciate that, Just Today. Just Today said no toes. No, I'm not talking about my toes. Listen, y'all remember people try to get on me because I like to pay to get the toes done. I like to pay to get the nails done. I'm talking about the chicas. I'm talking about the chicks. That's what I'm talking about, right? Listen, I'm not gonna show faces, no cases, right? But I can show y'all. Look, she has some heels on, right? Y'all can see who. Yeah. Y'all want her on the microphone too? Y'all want her on the microphone? She can get on the microphone. Say a little 1 2 mic check 1 2 1 2. Right? But anyway, that's later on. Right? But the reason why I created this channel is because I wanted first and foremost, I wanted myself to get better. Right? I wanted to get better. I wanted to do better. I wanted to make more money. Right? I wanted to, get swole in the gym. I wanted to continue this trajectory. And believe it or not, when you're teaching, right? When you're informing people, when you're guiding people, right? You're also guiding yourself. You're also, teaching yourself some things, right? Sometimes when I'm in a stream of thought, believe it or not, sometimes they're like, damn, like I didn't even know I, felt that way about something, or damn, I didn't even know, dang, that's what I was thinking. Sometimes you tap so deep into your subconscious and bring some things out that maybe I didn't even know about myself. You get what I'm saying? But that is what I made the after pill about. And then, of course, as I kept going, I developed a ideology, on what the after pill is actually about, right? Which I've told you many times, right? Yeah, get those likes up. Nikolaev, if you're gonna ask me a zesty question like that, you got to send a big super chat for a zesty question like that. If you want me to answer that, that's a little zesty. Bestronics, I recognize you. Do you like Freemasonry? Do I like Freemasonry? I watch videos and stuff like that. But not something I've really been into like that. Cartier said pure zesticle. Yeah, I don't know what he was on. Are you new here, sir? Right? He must thought I was a gigolo or something. He must thought I was that what's that ninja that be dancing on Instagram? What's that swole ninja name that's always dancing on Instagram at the restaurants and stuff like that? That always making everybody mad. I'm like, he must thought I was that ninja or something, sitting up here stripping or something. I don't know what he thought. What's going on? What is going on out here? Satan is summoning his legions. What does that even mean? I don't know what you're talking about, Bistronix. Bistronix, you always in here on some weird stuff, on some weird satanic junk. I don't know what you talking about. Patch Martin, not I said swole. He's a big swole dude, right? He literally looks like a gorilla. He always opening up his mouth wide. He's real big on Instagram, right? Ottoman 16, what up after pill? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? If you're just now coming in, hit the like button. If you're just now coming in, hit the like button. If you haven't become a member, go ahead and become a member. I'll be uploading the video about job opportunities and careers that you should be getting in this new economy, right? What you should be doing in a new AI automation, crypto finance based economy that we will move into very soon. So if you haven't become a member, go ahead and become a member. If you don't care about the videos at all, you don't care to watch anything that I post on the members, hey, if you just want to support the channel, I salute you. Florin Alexa, what is this guy talking about? Anyway, back to the main topic, what we're talking about. So for those of you who probably just now catching me, midway through conversation, what we were just talking about is Dion David. This life is a test. Take the financial good or bad ego attachments. You have no power here. Debunk the fear of failure and death. Stand 10 toes down. Life is worse than hell. See, I can agree with that, Dion. You actually took some words out of my mouth, actually. But yeah, I can agree with that. And that's basically what I'm getting at, right? Lose the fear of failure, right? But you got to understand what comes with. A lot of men don't understand what comes with the loss of fear, right? Yep, that's a true after pill right there. But a lot of men don't understand what comes with the loss of fear. What comes with the loss of fear? You become cold, right? What you got to ask yourself, a lot of men are not ready for this, right? A lot of men are not ready to actually become cold, right? And I'm not talking about Steph is cold, right? I'm talking about like actually cold. You have to become cold towards life, right? Better yet, how about this? I'm gonna go all the way in with it. You have to become borderline a sociopath, right? Depending on how far you're trying to take things, depending on where you're trying to go. And listen, if you're already in corporate America, you already on a lower side of it. You have to deal with many sociopaths. If you've dealt with any kind of manager, if you've dealt with any employee, essentially, you've already seen some snippets of people who are sociopaths and psychopaths, actually, right? We have a lot of people walking around here who are undiagnosed mentally, but that's not what I'm more so getting at, right? The kind of cold that I'm talking about, you have to lose emotions, right? The kind of cold that I'm talking about, you have to turn off all emotions. The kind of cold that I'm talking about, you have to be willing. You have to be willing and able to do what is necessary to get to the next steps. You have to be able and willing to basically use your sword. Nick says America's one giant mental asylum. That's what it is, right? But are you going to become a part of the mental asylum? Are you going to become a part of the mental asylum, or are you going to break out of the mental asylum, right? But sometimes it takes being mental to break out of the mental asylum, right? It takes a very different kind of person to break out of the mental asylum. The Matrix is just one big mental asylum. That's all it is. But what are you willing to do? right? And now, like I said before, a lot of men are going to get squeezed to the point where they're going to have to make a choice. A lot of men are like, if you wasn't here when I was talking about tariffs, right? You have 200% tariffs that are coming for European goods, European imports, right? At least the past 24 hours that I read. I don't know if he called it off today or what, but as far as what I know, 200% tariffs, reciprocal tariffs are coming on all European goods, or what is it, European wine or all European goods, whatever, whichever one it is. But listen, everything is about to get more expensive, right? A lot of things are about to get more expensive, right? A lot of things, people are about to be driven into poverty. People are about to be driven into poverty. Nikolaev, I told you already. You asking me a question? Super chat. You interrupting, and then you interrupting me. But people are about to be driven into poverty, right? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Listen, I know exactly how this stuff is about to be planned out. I know exactly what is about to happen with relationships, right? I know exactly what's about to happen with marriages. I know exactly what is about to happen with the majority of people, right? Y'all thought chicks was selling it now. Oh, wait until first of all, they're already lit this summer. They're already lit this summer. Wait until the fall hits. Wait until the fall hits. Wait until the winter hits. Oh, it's open season. Y'all think it's something now? People are already getting laid off. People losing their jobs. Women are losing their jobs. Women are becoming, more homeless. Right? Listen, it's about to be open season. Right? West Philly Black said, "We are in runaway inflation. Things are going to be out of control." That's what I've been hearing. Right? That's what I've been hearing. I don't know because it can go either way, right? Especially if these countries, if Europe, Canada, China, if they hit us with reciprocal tariffs, right? That inflation can skyrocket and turn into like you just said, runaway inflation. Divorce rates are already through the roof, John. What are you asking? Is it true? Malaj Jane, what are you asking? Is it true? Divorce rate is going through the roof. It definitely is. And what I've already said is, first of all, Gen Z is not even married. Gen Z is not even married, right? Bebop said, "What's the mood of World War III probability in Texas, bro?" No, nobody is. Listen, nobody. We spoke on this on a previous stream. Nobody is ready for no war. Nobody's ready for a war. America's not ready for a war, right? Do we have a good military? Sure, I guess, but we're not ready. We're not ready for a full-fledged war. When we're not, we don't even know what kind of technologies people like China have, right? War with who exactly? Our supposedly allies, right? That'll be devastating, right? That'll be extremely devastating. But I mean, if it push come to shove, it is what it is, right? Would mutual destruction go out the door? Because at this point, what other reason would we get into war? And what we're gonna hope and pray that somebody doesn't, hit the button, right? Because anybody hit the button is mutual destruction. I mean, it's over with. Anybody hit that button, mutual destruction. I hope everybody understand what the mutual destruction doctrine is. But I mean, war. Boots on the ground would be pointless because we already know where that's going to go. If the United States has to put boots on the ground with another superpower, listen, just understand, it's over. More than likely. Low probability, only cold wars and proxy wars. Yeah, that's basically what I'm thinking. That's basically what I'm thinking. Cold wars and proxy wars. Now we're moving in. Now we're moving into a tech-based war. Now we're seeing tariffs war, economic wars, right? Cyber wars, right? Nobody wants boots on the ground. Nobody absolutely wants boots on the ground. Uh, we're all benefiting from each other's economies, right? The Russians, they love that. You think they don't love going to Miami and messing with the Miami chicks? You think the Russians don't like that? You think they don't have houses and mansions in Miami, New York, and LA? They love coming to America, right? Remember originally when they invaded Ukraine, United States seized all assets and took all visas and all that stuff, revoked all visas. Yeah, the Russians love coming to America, right? You think they don't love coming over here, right? The Chinese, they already own land throughout the South, right? Many Chinese corporations already own land throughout the South, right? I think Texas tried to ban Chinese companies from actually trying to purchase property here. But Chinese companies, they own land throughout the South. You think they don't like America? Many people across, the world, they love America's economy. They may not like America, they may not like America herself, but they definitely love the economic, love being in the economic proximity, to America. Conrad said, "From China here, what's going on?" Cartier says, "Throw in government control AI and it's over." It's over. But I already believe. Listen, in my opinion, I think that in my opinion, I think we should move towards algocracy, right? Algorithm-based government, or technocracy, right? Technology-based government, right? I believe, human beings are not capable of leading and guiding, or having their constituents in mind without any kind of bias, without any kind of, attachment to, money or wants or desires or anything like that. Right. So I wholeheartedly believe that there should be probably a mix between algorithm technology based governing with a little bit of human oversight. But I believe at the rate that we're going, AI and automation probably can do a better job than most human beings can. Right. So that's just what I believe. Some people don't agree, you know, technocracy, algocracy, right? Look it up if you don't know exactly what it is, but that's what I believe. The same with, and I mean, we're already moving into that already. A lot of jobs are gonna, be obsolete in the future. When you talk about attorneys, they already have AI and automation that can, they can do that already. Bring up the law in a jiff, interpret the law in a jiffy, right? Defend you in a jiffy and all of that stuff, right? And they already have robotics as far as doctors go. They're already using robotics in a doctor's office already. Malad Jane, are you a chick asking that? Are you a chick asking that? If you want to know, super chat. If you want to know, super chat. Nick says AI won't have all of that human bias. That's one good thing about it. Yeah, see, AI is programmable, right? Programmable, and it should be able to understand not to have bias, right? And then especially if we're talking about sentient beings that supposed to be more intelligent, right? More elevated on an intellectual level than human beings. I believe that they shouldn't have any bias, right? So I believe that is coming, right? But that leads further into the conversation of how are you going to make it out here? What are you going to do? Are you going to are you going to move the same way that you've been moving, right? If you want to send paragraphs, you want me to read paragraphs, send a super chat. Now that is way too long. You know better than that. Well, I don't know if you're new here, and I don't recognize you either. So, but yeah, how are you going to move in this new economy? like I said, I've been coming into the this epiphany, right? Or it's time to get cold, right? Shout out to Steph is cold. You know, he's been saying it for the past few years, right? He's been saying get cold for the past few years, but guys don't want to listen, right? Guys don't want to listen until it's too late. God, no, you know what? Men don't want to listen until you actually showing them, right, what's going on, right? They don't want to listen until they're actually showing you what's going on, right? So I know many of you are listening. I know many of you are listening now, but when I really get to showing off, then hey, then that's when people really gonna start tuning in. Oh, look at after pill overseas, after pill on a plane, after pill doing this, after pill doing that, right? Until it's too late. Until it's too late. Right? One-on-ones coming soon. Consultations coming soon. Right? If you want to get your body right, you want to get in the gym, consultations coming soon. Career advancements. You just want to chit chat, one-on-ones. Listen, all that's coming soon. Stay tuned. Right? You want to talk about what I do for a living, what I'm trying to do to advance my position in life. Listen, one-on-ones coming soon. Need career advice, one-on-ones coming soon. You want to know what to do with your life, right? You're stuck in life. You're not nowhere near where you want to be. You work at Walmart ass ninja, right? Kroger ass ninja, right? Jiffy Lube ass ninjas, right? You change tires as ninja, right? If you still stuck in life, one-on-ones coming soon, right? And I'll leave it at that. And yes, you're gonna have to pay. And yes, you're gonna have to pay. So don't come at me trying to get a free consultation and all that shit. Because I don't do them free now, right? And the reason why I disabled because I had it up before. I had the one-on-ones up before, but then I started getting weirdos who started booking chats. So I had to figure out how to start vetting people thoroughly, right? So once the one-on-ones come out, yeah, I'll speak more about that later. Conrad, what the hell are you talking about? Unknown user. You want to know the answer to that? I do have an answer for that, but you're gonna have to super chat. Unknown user. If you want me to answer that, I have a lengthy answer to that. Pause. No diddy. I have a lengthy answer to that. Unknown user. If you want me to answer that, what's my thoughts? Then you need to super chat. At least a $5 super chat. If not, then move on. Handsome Barber came through. What's going on, Handsome Barber? Another day, another opportunity. Ooh, let's go. Yep. That's what I'm saying, boy. They asking a little bit too much. And then see, Conrad, he playing. You can go ahead and move. You can go ahead and remove Conrad. Go ahead and remove Conrad, boy. Now he keeps asking. He's been asking questions for the past 20 minutes. I already told him already. I appreciate it. But Handsome Barber, you just now coming in. I appreciate that, more. Yep, you just now coming in, more. I meant Handsome Barber. But we had a lengthy discussion, for the past hour about, what it actually takes to make it in today's time. JC made it in. What's going on? JC checking in. What's going on? JC, Handsome Barber. What I've been telling the chat for the past hour, right? was, basically it's time to get cold, man. It's time to get cold. It's time to turn off all emotions, right? It's time to turn off all emotions. It's time to really, right, put your head down and really grind. If you haven't been grinding already, right? These women, they're going to distract you. You can't show no emotion with these women, right? You can, have fun with them, right? But you can't show these women no emotion. You can't show any emotion at work, right? You smile wrong, somebody's going to view that as weakness, right? Show no weakness, right? And this is kind of the epiphany I've been coming into. Somebody asked me earlier, dang, Tap, did you go through something, right? Did something happen to you to where something tipped you over the edge or something? No. I was just reading. I was just reading today. I was just reading, just watching some wisdom stuff, right? Some personal development, things, and it just came to me, what they were saying, right? What they were saying was, a lot of people think that they're gonna make it. They're gonna make it based on work ethic alone, right? A lot of men think that they can just work hard into wherever they're going to get. Listen, I made a video about this months ago. We no longer stay in a time period where working hard is going to get you far, right? Working hard is not going to get you far anymore, right? Now it's about working smarter. Now it's about strategizing how to do this, strategizing how to do this, because you work hard enough, right? Especially at a job. The job wants you to work hard, right? They want to drain you for everything you got and then dispose of you. These jobs are not loyal anymore. These careers are not loyal anymore, right? They're not loyal at all. They want you to burn out, right? So they can replace you because they don't want to pay you more in the first place, right? You have to jump jobs to get the promotional pay that you want, right? And the stats and the data backs that up, right? You probably only get a 2%, anywhere between a 2 and 4% raise, if that, at your current job, right? You've been there 5 years. They gave you 1.5% raise, right? Like Cartier said, working hard keeps you working hard forever. And I'm just now coming into that. And if you look around, man, look around, just look around. Everybody look around with me, right? If you just look around, who's really making the money? Who's really making it, right? Who really has the power, right? What's going on, Chadwick? Who's really out here winning? And when you look and see who's really out here winning, look at the people who are losing, right? Look at the people who are losing, right? Those are to be the main ones who say money is not everything, right? It'll be the main ones today who are saying, oh, yep, just work hard, get promotions and just climb the ladder like I did, right? I personally do this one. Malad playing. I personally do that one myself. That must be a bot or something. But how many people oh, just work hard, climb the ladder, put money in your 401k, like a bunch of goofies, right? And not saying that you shouldn't have any money put up, right? That's not what I'm saying at all, right? Definitely put as much money up as you can, right? Rainy days, savings accounts, IRAs, 401ks. But do we really stay in a time period where anybody can you afford to be putting up into a 401k, or is that money best used to invest in yourself? Right? Bebop says crypto or bust. It's doing what it's doing right now. It's doing what it's doing right now. Right? I appreciate that, Moy. But how many, bro? The majority of people are losers, right? This is why. Listen, real deal. Y'all are probably the only people I can have this conversation with, right? Cartier says, "What's 401k in 10 years? It ain't shit." And then depending on what you're making, right? If you're not making 120 plus, right? And then if you got a family, bro, you need to be making more. But if you're not making like 120, 125 plus, bro, you might as well forget about a 401k, right? You might as well forget about a 401k. Forget it. Forget it. And it depends on some factors, and I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that, but it definitely depends on certain factors. But bro, you better off investing in yourself. You better off buying some equipment, right? You want to start a YouTube? You can start a YouTube about anything nowadays. You want to start a YouTube, bro? Get cold. Go buy the equipment. You got a credit card? Max out the credit card. Go get what you need, right? You want a course? You need a certification. You want to get your CDL? You need a tech certification, right? Hey, go use your credit card. Go max out your credit card. Go get that, right? Go maximize your opportunity. A lot of guys, they don't want to maximize no opportunities, right? They don't want to maximize no opportunity. They don't want to go nowhere, right? They don't want to be nothing in life, right? A lot of trust me when I tell you. The majority of people, Raw Man said, the majority of people are living paycheck to paycheck. That's exactly what's going on. That's exactly what's going on. The average amount in the 401k is what, like 88,000, right? And that's probably people who are 40 and up. Blake Bradley said, facts, the resources out there. They are out there. Jason said, I just got done paying off a loan and someone slashed my tire. That's crazy. I'm pretty sure it was someone from work because I've been outperforming them on all routes at FedEx. Hey, listen, it happens. And you know, I used to hear stories like that and think, man, no way. Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way. But now when I actually see, let me tell you this. You know, I've been noticing, you know, and, you know, just these past, you know, few months or before that. It's not happening right now, but I noticed it back then. Like, I was doing certain stuff, right, at work. And, you know, not out of spite, or it was more so out of ignorance. Like, I didn't know that we couldn't do something, right? I had started noticing that, you know, when I did something, you know, it'll be a group email like, hey, you know, make sure you don't, you know, do this and do that. Then I think back and I'm like, hold up, didn't I do that? Then I think back some more. I'm like, it was only one person. It was only one person around who was, didn't it happen like 2 or 3 times? And I'm like, bro, I know exactly who, you know, who's trying to snitch on me. I know exactly who's trying to, basically, they're trying to get me in bad graces, basically. So, yes, that stuff happens. People don't like you. People under the table. People are passive aggressive, right? You don't even, sometimes you won't even know who the enemy is. You won't even know who's telling on you. You won't even know who's telling the manager. They could be lying too. They can be absolutely lying on you, trying to get you fired, trying to get you in bad graces, right? Trying to make you look bad, right? You the new guy on the block. Yeah, get him up out of here. It happens. Mr. Locksmith. I don't even know, who are you, Mr. Locksmith? Tell me, I didn't answer your question. Did you send a super chat? That's probably why I didn't see it. That's probably why I didn't see it, because you didn't send a super chat. So if you want me to answer your question, send a super chat. That's easy. Ninjas can't afford a $5 super chat. Dude came in here asking. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Weak-minded, zesty-minded ass ninjas. If you want me to answer your question, send a super. That's easy. Send a $5 super chat. Don't ninjas get paid tonight? Don't ninjas? What today is? Today's Thursday. Don't ninjas get paid tonight? Don't you niggas? I almost slipped up. I almost slipped up. Don't you ninjas get paid tonight? Don't you ninjas get paid tonight? Like, send a $5 super chat. Nikolaev said, maybe if you're a black. Okay. All right. Go ahead and put you in timeout, buddy. Go ahead and put you in timeout, buddy. Because basically you said, so basically he said I was racist. He calling me racist, basically. He said I'm only answering if you're black. Nick, last time I checked, Nick, are you black, Nick? Many people in here aren't black. We have pretty much a mix of people in here. We got black guys in here, white guys in here, Latino guys in here. We got some Asian guys in here. I don't know what you're talking about, but you're in timeout, sir. You're in timeout. He just tried to call me racist. Right, Nick. Like, yeah, I'm only answering if you black. Well, okay, all right, right, yeah. I guess more black too. I guess. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I know he was talking to you, but he was making a reference. He was making a reference saying, "I'm only answering if you're black." Or did I miss something? He said because you said that I didn't answer your question. Moy, you can't teach ninjas economics, Moy. You can't teach ninjas economics. Ninjas don't even understand economics. They don't understand. They don't understand economics, right? Get the $2 bag of chips instead of getting the big old $5 bag of chips. It's simple. Ninjas crazy out here, man. Ninjas crazy. But anyway, tomorrow Friday. Tomorrow, I probably definitely take a rest day. I got a crazy video. I got a crazy video that I'm uploading tonight, actually. So catch that in the afternoon. But it's a crazy video, and it speaks, man. It speaks to a larger problem, man. Um, and I keep saying this, but guys are doomed, man. I keep saying this, but guys are doomed. Guys are doomed. Guys are doomed. So if you want to help yourself, Young Cartier. There we go. Everybody clap it up for Young Cartier for becoming a member. Mr. Locksmith, you got one more time. You have one more time. If you want me to answer your question, send a super chat. That's simple. That's simple. Why I gotta? It seems like every time I go live, I have to go back and forth with these broke ninjas. We're not playing those games anymore. We're not playing those games anymore, right? We're not playing those games anymore. I am at work right now, sir. I'm at work. Yeah, I'm doing what I like, but I am at work right now, sir. Mr. Locksmith, bro, what you got on you? What's in your pockets right now, man? Now it's time to shake you down. 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 Talking about some help a brother out. $1, go ahead. Go ahead. This one time, go ahead. I just see it's the principle of it. It's the principle of it. If you got $1, go ahead and send $1. I'll wait. It's the principle of it. Remember Jay? Remember Jay from the other time, right? He kept asking questions. He finally sent some over. Like, dudes want the dope for free. What? I give enough. Oh, you can't? No, yes, you can. I think the dude from the other night, he did it. He did $1. I think. Oh, you said can? Okay. Dudes out here tripping. I hope what's taking so long is you go ahead and you go ahead and signing up. It'll be so whatever you wherever you want to support at, it'll be available for all members, right? That's how I would do that. So the support level is based on you. Chadwick with the super chat, I appreciate it. Oh, that's your first time, Chadwick? I could have sworn you've gifted before. I appreciate that, Chadwick. Hey, hey, Bebop, crazy for that one. He said Mr. Locksmith checking that overdrive amount. Oh man. Oh man. I appreciate that, boy. I appreciate that, boy. Chadwick, first time. Bachelor Brad, oh, was gifted a membership. Oh, you were gifted it. Okay, got you. Got you. But yeah, that video is gonna go up. That video is gonna go up for all members. So it'll be up. It'll definitely be up by the end of the week. I know I said earlier that it was going up, but had a little technical difficulties. But yeah, it's definitely going up. And the conversation, I'm gonna tell you exactly the conversation that I had with the guy who is senior level. He is senior. Hold on, this music. So there's a conversation. Some of you already heard me say this, but there was a conversation that I had with a senior level tech guy. Let's see. Okay. Because a lot of what I do, a lot of what I do is tech centered, right? I'm still blue collar, but a lot of what we're doing now, a lot of what we're doing now is basically technology centered. So I install, basically, control nodes and, display boards and, things of that nature. I do have to program, a bit, activate, certain equipment and things of that nature. So I'm already in that sphere already. And like I told you already, my goal now, I am trying to hit, like I said, I need 250, right? I need 250. I need that 250 plus, right? Like 100K. That's easy to make, right? I can hit 100. I can hit 100K with a little overtime, right? I can hit 100K with a little overtime, and then you mix in YouTube and other stuff. I get 100K. That's easy to hit nowadays. That's easy to hit nowadays, right? Smash that like button. Yep. But now, yeah, it's 250. Like, I'm sure I need to I need to get in the big leagues now, like big leagues, right? The YouTube, that's a whole nother ball game, right? We increasing that over here, right? And then career. Listen, I'm a we working a job until YouTube gets to where it needs to be. And even then, I'll still, if I have the room to, I'll still do my main job with the YouTube, right? You'll have people clowning, talking about some, oh, you doing, you work a 9 to 5. You working nine, like, yes, I work a 9 to 5, dummy. It's security. That's why. You want to have the security, especially if you're trying to purchase assets, especially if you're trying to get a loan for a business. What if I want to purchase a laundromat or something, right? And then they look and say, oh well, you only had YouTube for this past year. We don't know if that's secure enough. But then you have this 9 to 5 that you've had for the past for the past 5 years, and they look and see how much you made. Okay, you've made 80K here. Okay, I see this year you made 100K. You made 95 last year, and they see that. It's like, okay, we're gonna give you a $50,000 loan. You want to have that 9 to 5 for security, right? I mean, unless you making some crazy money on YouTube, then you can do that. JC, I appreciate it. Selling in debt first, but I'm an OG. Membership soon. Okay. Shouts out to JC. JC said he's an OG. I definitely recognize you. Yep, Jay Garcia. Yep, that's exactly where I'm getting at. You can't get any kind of home loan. I know business loans work a little different, right? But home loans are definitely more stringent, right? But to be honest with you, I'm not even in the market to buy a home. I don't know if I ever want to buy a home, right? I thought about, maybe when I get, maybe 40, 50 years old and I have some grandkids, right? Because I do have a daughter. So if I have some grandkids or something, like that, or that's probably when I would probably, because I want to buy some land and then have my house built, if push come to shove. But me, I'm a nomad, right? I'm already thinking about possibly exploring, outside of United States, right? Exploring other countries to, settle down in. I do want to be somewhere tropical, maybe, Southeast Asia, somewhere maybe in Africa somewhere, right? Somewhere safe and, where I can, do business at, things of that nature, right? So I've already, been thinking about that. But honestly, I honestly like, luxury apartments. I love high rises. I love, not having to worry about cutting the grass and maintenance. I just call the maintenance man, like, hey, shit broke. Shit broke, maintenance man. All right, I'll be there. Click. I don't have to worry about that. People don't understand. If y'all didn't know, I used to be a realtor. So if you didn't know, I used to be a realtor. Once upon a time, I was a realtor. I got my realtor's license in the state of Georgia a few years back. Had to study for that. Passed it on the first try, right? Did my due diligence, knew the ins and outs, right? So there's a lot of undercover cost to owning a home that people don't even see. The realtors are not going to sell. The realtors are not going to tell you that because they want to just sell the home, right? They want you to sell the home. They want you to buy the home. They want to sell the home. They want you to buy it, right? Or if you're on the other side, they want you to sell the home, right? Or if you're selling the home, you probably already know that's probably why you're selling it, right? But overall, they're not going to tell you all of this stuff. They're not going to tell you that, okay, you can be paying your escrow, right? You thought that your payment was 2,000 that you would put in your escrow. They told you to pay 2,000 into your escrow. Then you turn around, 6 months later, they talking about, you negative 10,000 in your escrow. Well, how am I negative 10,000? Oh, it's because property taxes went up. Well, I didn't get a message. Bro, this happens all the time. Property taxes go up. Your mortgage doubles, right? They start a development, especially for people who buy new development homes. Right? For people who buy new development homes, that's the wrong move unless you just stack with cash, right? That's the wrong move unless you stack with cash. But people don't realize that a lot of that stuff, a lot of that land hasn't been, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of that land hasn't been appraised, right? It hasn't been properly appraised, right? So once that development gets properly appraised, right, that shit, your mortgage is not going to be the same that you originally bought it for. You thought you got a good deal. You paying 1,500. You thought you was in the middle of nowhere. Nope. They built 30 more houses in that subdivision. Guess what? Now they put a Walmart down the street. Then they put a Whole Foods down that way. Guess what? Now you paying 2,500. Easily. Easily. So she said, I'm lucky my mortgage is half of what people are paying for rent in my area. That's good for you. Jay Garcia's wholesale real estate worth it. Maybe back then. I remember back then wholesale, and then of course people still do it, but in my opinion, back then it was more money into it back then than it is now, right? You have because you have so many because of there was a lot of scamming and stuff going on in a lot of states. You can't even wholesale in many states. So you actually have to check your local laws, your state laws, because actually a lot of states have or local jurisdictions, they've passed laws to prevent wholesaling properties because it's you got to realize, like, you got a contract with this person. Then within the contract is a contract with this person. Listen, shit can get sticky with wholesaling properties. Then you got guys who are fucking people over, and it just gets sticky. It gets sticky. I never got into it. I knew about it, but I never got into it. Bebop said, "What does mortgage being, huh? Property value, isn't it based on home loan principal amount?" I don't understand what you're saying. Why does mortgage? Are you saying property taxes? I don't know what you're saying. Clarify that. Clarify that. But yeah, so I was a realtor back in the day. So I'm no longer a realtor now. But no, I don't have a desire to really purchase real estate. Not right now, because how I want to travel, how I want to just explore other states, explore other countries. To me, there's no point of having a whole home that I have to look after, take after, unless I'm just sitting on a pile of cash and I just, yeah, fuck it, give me that house, you get a house, you get a house. Like, unless I'm on that kind of time, right? Which even then, it'll still probably be pointless then. No, you're okay. I'm just talking.
Which way should I go? That way or this way?
No, it don't matter.
Should I go behind you or in front of you? Doesn't matter. I don't want to get in your shot.
No, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's up to you if you want to be in the shot.
No, it's cool. The other day I saw you walking by and I was like, hey, what's up?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I remember you. Yep. But yeah, it's a lot that goes into to owning a home. So why would property value make yep. Yep, Cartier. But Bebop. You said why would it change? Well, it depends on if you've because most people who are buying homes, they're probably buying it and they have the private mortgage insurance on it, right? Because they I forgot, is it under, I believe, is it under 20% down, under 15% down, or something like that. I forgot all the ins and outs. But a reappraisal will make all of that stuff go up. It will definitely make it. That's why people get pushed out, right? That's why seniors and everything, they'll get pushed out because they probably owned that home for 50 plus years, and then they start building new homes around the area, putting up new developments, and now it's a good thing that the home is now appraised for more money. However, because it's a new appraisal, you got to pay more property taxes and everything on it. And I think it's more so the taxes that mess most people up, right? The taxes mess most people up because, like we all know, you don't pay those taxes. It doesn't matter if your house is paid off; they can seize your house. That's it. I mean, if you don't pay your HOA dues, I seen one story. A lady, she was behind on her HOA dues. I guess she didn't know or something, or was out of town or something. I don't know, but they put a lien on the house and everything. Said property taxes is insanity. Yeah. Listen, payroll taxes is insanity too. You should see my payroll taxes. I'm like, man, when I see how much they take out of my stuff, I'm like, do I even want to go to work today? Moy says we have some new people in here. Do we have some new people in here? If we have some new people in here, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and hit that like button. But we're wrapping up anyway. We've been talking for about an hour plus. It's time to wrap it up. It's going on 9 o'clock. It's time for me to get home and eat some dinner. So shouts out to Moy. Shouts out to Bebop. Shout out to Jay Garcia. Shouts out to Cartier. Who else? Shout out to JC, Bachelor Brad, Nick, Chadwick. You know, I'm just going through the chat, just looking at people. Right. Shouts out to everybody who sent the super chat. Mr. Locksmith, you lucky I didn't block you, because you still didn't send a super chat. Aiden Smash, everybody. Shouts out to all of y'all. This will be a wrap. If you didn't catch it earlier, it'll be on the replays. It'll be under the replay lives. Just tap on my channel. Go to my channel and go down. You should see it under playlist. But that'll wrap it up. And like I always say, this is an after pill. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.